Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is Craig Kennedy, and I'm the men's basketball coach at Spring Hill College, Division II school in Mobile, Alabama.
All right, I think one of the biggest conversations that we had, just through text message, I said I wanted to get you an interview about was about how high school elite or even JUCO elite basketball camps have changed over the years. And can you kind of give me, what you think about how the camps have changed over the years as far as recruiting goes?
It's an interesting question because obviously everybody runs their camps differently. And, when I first got started, running camps, we were doing camps 5 days a week.
Mm.
And you would be going from 9 in the morning till 9 at night.
Right.
You'd have a 3-hour session, usually 9 to 12, and then 1 to 4, and then probably a 5 to 8 session.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 5 days a week.
Right.
And nowadays, the camp business, if you want to call it that, got taken over by the shoe companies running, summer tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get a lot of kids that go to camp anymore.
Right. That's true.
And camps got cut down in their duration, from 5 days a week, 3 days a week, and now we run a 1-day elite camp with 2 3-hour sessions. And it's been interesting because the kids are worn out after our 2 3-hour sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And we tell them, in the old days, there was a night session, and then the really good guys, they got together and hooped after the night session.
Mm-hmm.
And we do that 5 days a week. So in those 5 days, you really got a chance to see kids and see what they were made of. I'd say we're now, our session, we run 2 sessions, and we've signed 4 kids in the last 6 years out of our elite camp.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty intentional about trying to invite good kids that we're interested in. And it really gets us a chance to know the kid, get to see their personality and how they fit in with us.
Right. So what do you, as far as recruitment goes, I know we talked about how some kids skip elite camps to go to AAU tournaments. And you
Yes.
mentioned how there's too many, whether there's too many coaches at AAU tournaments or coaches are not going to AAU tournaments anymore. So, can I expound on that thought, please?
Sure. When you look at a kid going to a tournament, one of the statistics I read is that 2 years ago there were 550,000 kids playing summer basketball.
Mm.
And so in our camp, we cap our camp at 30. Again, everybody does their things different, but we cap our camp at 30 guys. That way we really get to work with them and know them.
Mm.
Now, you can be one of 30 or you can be one of 3,000.
Mm.
Where do you think you're going to get seen and noticed the most?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and this is historic, and this is not just basketball. It happens with football camps, baseball camps, everything else, and summer league stuff. Whereas a kid's sitting there, and they're on a court, and maybe they see a coach from Duke or Virginia or Gonzaga, and they think, oh man, I'm there, and this coach is noticing me. He's not noticing the average kid. They're noticing the great kids.
Yeah.
But, they get told, yeah, this coach is going to be there. And the reality, before the transfer portal, 3.4% of high school seniors went on to play college.
Mm-hmm.
That was 1% at Division I, 1% at Division II, and 1.4% at Division III.
Mm-hmm.
These are NCAA statistics, so there's nothing for junior college. There's no statistic for NAI or Christian college level. But we know it's a very small percentage. And that was before the transfer portal came into existence. Now with the transfer portal and how it's blowing up and changed things, I would think that probably maybe 1%, maybe 2% of high school seniors are going to go on to play at the 4-year level. So it's really, really the recruiting landscape has really changed. A lot of coaches say, hey, we don't even look at high school kids anymore. We're looking at JUCOs or four-year transfers. That's it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of kids decide to skip elite camps and they go to AAU tournaments. Not, and a lot of times now, it don't even seem like coaches are even going to AAU tournaments like that. I think I seen a parent online mention that they were barely, not even AAU tournament, but a high school Christmas tournament. There were barely any college coaches, and one of the biggest Christmas tournaments in the state of Illinois.
Wow.
That there were barely any college coaches at the Christmas tournament.
Wow. And the thing is, for the right school and the right situation, you can get a really, really good high school kid.
Mm-hmm.
But the concern is, as a coach, you're going to put a work in with this kid for 1 or 2 years, and all of a sudden he blows up, and now he's going to transfer and go elsewhere.
Right.
2 years ago, we were taking high school kids like crazy, very few junior college guys, a couple of them. And then our two best players, they averaged 20 points a game. They both left and went to Division I.
Right, yeah.
And both of them lasted 1 year at the school they went to and then went elsewhere.
And they transferred again.
So it's a matter of, listen, do you want to be a big fish in a small pond? Or do you want to be, a small fish in a big pond?
Right.
And typically we look at kids and they stratify as, hey, I want to go to this school. My dad or my mom went here. I don't care if I ever play. I just want to go to the school.
Right.
And then you get a kid who says, man, I want to score. I want to be the star. I don't care if the team wins or not. I just want to score points.
Right.
And then you get somebody who tries to find in between there and say, hey, I want to go where I grow as a player and get better. Right. And, it's tough, especially with the money and the NIL stuff. I understand kids wanting to go make money out of this, but that money isn't going to everybody. And what people don't understand with the NIL, the government's going to tax you on this. They are going to find a way to tax you now that you're making income.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of kids don't realize that.
So you think taxes start to be a problem when kids trying to pay taxes on all that money?
Sure, because there's a lot of kids, let's say a kid gets $50,000. Well, in today's society, $50,000 doesn't last that long.
That's true.
You might be able to buy one vehicle, but you're going to get taxed on that. Well, the $50,000 is gone because you spend it on a vehicle, and now you're going to get taxed on that $50,000 of income.
Right.
And now what's going to happen? Because you don't have the money anymore because you spent it.
Right.
So it's a different world that we're living in these days when it comes to college athletics.
Mm-hmm.